Today we're planning on going through the Messina Strait, which is the bit of water which divides Sicily from Italy. It's one of the only places in the Med where you get tidal current. I don't think the tide moves up and down very much, but because it's so constricted you do get a flow through there of up to 6 knots. So it's important to plan it right, and it's also a very busy shipping lane, so there's a traffic separation scheme in the middle which we're going to stay outside of. And the plan for us is to motor down the western side of the strait, maybe sailing if there is a bit of wind. So the tide turns just before 12 o'clock midday, and the 3 hours leading up to it is when we want to go through.
We've got the engine on, and today this place looks incredible. It's funny how different a place looks in a windstorm versus in the sun, and the water is incredible. How's the anchor looking?
It's looking really buried. We can only really see like the top of the shank, which means it might be tricky to pull up. We might have to use the engine, but we'll see how we go.
All alone on the internet, you don't seem to forget about yourself. Wondering how it could go so wrong when you didn't call for help. Let me tell you about the trees and the seas, how it's all connected. The flowers and the birds and bees, the northern lights, yeah, we're all affected. Watching, pray, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out.
So if we're going through the Messina Strait, I'm going to be at the helm out here, and Ryan is going to be down below, keeping a very close eye on the AIS, and as well he's going to have to call the Coast Guard so that we have permission to transit. Apparently it's not really necessary for small sailboats, but if you don't do it you risk a €200 fine, so we're just going to do it.
So here's a reminder to the life that's pouring into you. So my friend, let me tell you once again, you know that it's true.
Messina VTS, this is Skua, over.
Forget about seeing it, hearing it, in the end you must.
Okay, sir, your length overall, how many meters is the boat?
Forget about all
The
your
boat is 11.5 meters overall.
Just let it.
Okay, how many people on board? The passenger, guest, and sort of remember.
There's 2 people on board.
Here we are. That's the end of Sicily. That's Calabria, which is mainland Italy, and we're going in between. That guy in the dinghy is going to get waked.
We're breathing out.
We had heard horror stories about the sword fishing boats charging over to sailboats at high speed with no signs of avoiding the slower moving sailboat. As it turned out, none of them came too close to us, as luckily we didn't happen to be near any swordfish. Here you can see the 2 guys at the top of the tower scouting for swordfish and controlling the boat. When they see a swordfish, another guy goes out onto the scaffolding on the bow and harpoons it as it sleeps on the surface. Because the scaffolding is so long, they can sneak up on the swordfish without the sound of the engine waking them. I can't believe how flat it is. I mean, we've been blasted by high winds for 2.5 days, and the wind was coming through the strait, so I expected it to be a choppy ride.
We're doing 6.5 knots at the moment. At this revs, the engine would normally be pushing us along at about 4.5, so we've got about 2 knots of current with us, which is fine. So far it's a piece of cake, this passage. There's not too many swordfish boats around, which was my main worry. We're just coming up to our first sort of ferry crossing, where the ferries cross the strait into Messina town. But yeah, so far so good. We haven't had any whirlpools or counter currents or anything like that, so we're just kind of plodding along happily. In about 2 hours we'll be past the end of the shipping lanes and we'll cross over to the eastern side onto the mainland Italy side. At the moment we're on the Sicilian side, so yeah, so far so good. The wind has picked up to a nice breeze and we're just sailing across the bottom of the Messina Strait, so we've gone past the end of the traffic separation scheme and now we're just heading right for the southern point of the Italian mainland, right on the tip of the toe, and we're doing about 5.5 to 6 knots. It's probably quicker doing this than using the engine. We're a bit less manoeuvrable, but there's no ships around. So yeah, it's looking good really. We should be across the shipping lanes within 40 minutes, half an hour, and then we'll just start making our way around the coast.
Can't get tighter than this.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were having a really chilled out couple of hours this afternoon. I was just like dozing, and then we decided to jibe the cruising chute, and I went on deck to basically get the sock, lift the sock.
Yeah.
And as soon as the sock was at the top and I had secured the line, there was a huge gust and Ryan was shouting, "Get it down!" Just, I thought something terrible was going to happen. I had not noticed anything, so it was just like really, really in. And then suddenly it was 30 knots of wind. So yeah, we're now under the staysail and double reefed main, and it was so frantic. Like I was horizontal on the front deck trying to get this bloody sock up down. So yeah, couldn't film any of it, but yeah, a busy afternoon, and this wind has come out of nowhere. It's the completely opposite direction of the forecasts, so all the models don't give any easterly wind. So here's to the med.
What's happening now? What are we going to do?
God knows.
Spend all night tacking back and forth.
Yeah, we've
I mean,
no
it is
idea.
really comfy, isn't it?
It is comfy. We are fairly close to the wind, but I mean, yeah, we've no idea what we're gonna do. We might have to stay out all night, just tacking and waiting, or this wind might disappear just like it came and vanish.
I've got a feeling that's what will happen.
Yeah.
Like when you get these weird, like very, very localised winds in the Med, normally it's just because there's some weird land effect.
Yeah, like maybe we go past this next headland and it's gone, but we were tacking and it's probably going to take us 20 hours to get back up there.
What's happened in the last 4 minutes?
You mean 3 minutes? The wind bloody died. After all of that, I mean, what did we say? It was going to die, but yeah.
At least it makes us look clever.
Yeah.
One consolation.
Do you feel very clever?
No.
No, I don't feel very clever. I just feel annoyed. But yeah, it died completely, so we are motor sailing with, again, the same sails that we had up a minute ago.
There's no point taking them down, it will be like gusting 40.
Yeah, in 2 minutes it will be gusting crazy amount. Yeah, we're gonna try and head for the next anchorage along the coast, see how it looks and what the swell is doing over there. And if it's not too terrible, we might just stop there for the night. It's 5:30 and I think it gets dark around 8:30.
I think this is the Med sailing showing its true colours, you know.
Yeah.
Last year we were so lucky, like I was always like, oh, all these people saying there's no wind or too much wind.
Yeah,
Well,
we
they don't
were
know what I'm
lucky
talking about, and now
and
I'm
we
like,
were
oh,
positive, I think. I think we were a lot more positive than a lot of people are, because come on, the people we met, they were all complaining about the Med, but we're like, no, we managed to sail. But
Now we're one of those.
I think we're one of them now, because we are on a schedule for the wedding and everything else. So sorry we lost our positivity.
It was kind of fun anyway.
Yeah.
Once the cruising chute was snuffed, I felt a bit less.
Yeah.
less
God, I don't think I've ever heard you shout so loud in your life.
It's just because I said it and then you were like, ah? What?
What?
I wasn't shouting angry.
But I know. But like, I heard you shout something and I was like, what? And you said drop it, and it was so loud that I had this like, oh my God, my heart was like out of my chest as I was going on.
Fun times.
Fun times in the Med. Well, this is the anchorage and it's just not viable. So it looks like we're gonna sail through the night, probably motor. Not ideal, but I mean, we're not gonna solve anything by staying in a very uncomfortable anchorage. We just need to get off this coast. It's just terrible anchorages and protection.
Same on Sicily, wasn't it? Like all the anchorages we stayed at were pretty open.
Yeah, like I guess I'm starting to see the point of marinas, like why people go to marinas. So yeah, that's what's going on. Just gonna sail through the night, and yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Very much, you can tell.
You look enthusiastic.
It's actually pretty nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's much comfier than that anchorage. But yeah, I don't know, maybe our best bet to get some sleep is to try and sleep before we actually get to Rochella Ionica, because then we'll just be in an anchorage outside. I don't know why that, maybe like the keel moving through the water, and because we've got a sail up, it stabilises it a lot. Whereas as soon as we slowed down in that anchorage, it was like, whoa, from one side to the other.
Yeah.
But now, like it is now, like it's not even like being in the anchorage we were in last night, like it's pretty nice.
We are motor sailing to Rochella Ionica. I have had a couple of hours of rest down below, and now Ryan is down below, so kind of a bit of a watch schedule sort of thing, but not too formal because we'll probably get there around 2 a.m. It's nice to have some wind. It's a really, really lovely night. There's a lot lovely stars, no moon yet. Tiny bit of bioluminescence in the water, and the coastal towns with their city lights along the coast. It's really lovely out here. Here we are, anchored in 5.5 meters in front of the beach. Just to the northeast is the marina where we can get diesel tomorrow. It's 2 a.m. and we're going to try and get some sleep in this very, very rolly anchorage.
Thanks for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, leave us a comment. And if you'd like to support our channel, you can do so through Patreon. Join us next week as we sail on towards our season's favourite cruising grounds, the Ionian Islands of Greece.